Hi, it's Malcolm here and welcome to another video. So in this video we're going to talk about the Trainer Profit Finder and how you can use it to find profitable trainers. So profitable trainers like these, where we've combined a number of trainers together to make 353.46 points profit. So stay tuned and let's get on with it. Today we're going to talk about the Trainer Profit Finder, which at the moment is a bonus with Greyhorse Bot, but I may well make it a standalone product very shortly. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Is one, obviously, the software and how to use it, but also about trainers and things to look out for. Now it's a research tool, so obviously it's up for you to research and do the rest of it. But I wanted to give you a couple of, if you like, about what to look out for and how to use the software. So let me just run you through the software quickly. You can switch quite quickly between hurdle, flat, chase. You'll see the names changing as I do it to AW, to National Hunt Flat. So let's put that on AW for the moment. You can show 10 selections, 25 selections, or all selections on the screen, which could be a lot. So you might only want to deal with the first 25 or 10 or something like that, which is quite good. You can do all selections, which may go back as far as 2015 or maybe even earlier in some cases. But what I also do is I run these scripts that add up the profit for 6 months, 3 months and 1 month. Now I only run those scripts about 2 or 3 times a week, but so this is based on those. But if you click the results and go to the actual results sheet, that is based on actual up to date. So this figure may be slightly different to this figure sometimes, because whereas this might be 2 days out of date, the actual results is right up to date, well, up to yesterday. So basically, there are sometimes a slight difference, but not anything major. So if you're going for 6 months, say, and you might find that, I don't know, it depends on whether these runners have won, but if we go to G Deacon, there's 22 selections there, and so there's 22 there, so they obviously haven't run. If we go to Philip, 38, and there are 38, so you can see it doesn't often make a difference, but it does sometimes. So it's just something to look out for. At the moment it's only back in, but I will be doing a lay version very shortly, which I think will be actually quite interesting. But you can select a number of results. We've got a greater than, equal to, or less than and equal to. Generally you probably want, in this particular case, more results. So if you're going over 6 months, you probably won't get hundreds and hundreds of results, but you should look for about 50. Number of wins you could, but it's kind of like the same with the strike rate, and I'll come to that in a second. You probably want to go for a higher strike rate and not worry too much about the number of wins. And also you can say, okay, how much PL? So you might want to go only for runners that have produced at least 20 points, or you might be one of those old school guys who say, look, if I can get 5 points, I'm going to be happy this year. So it depends on which school of thought you're coming from. Things to look out for, though, and it kind of, I'm just going to reset this slide quickly, and I'm going to do the PL thing here. So we're PL's at the top. Now I could easily advertise this software and say, oh, look at all these trainers, making hundreds of points, all this sort of stuff. But really that's a little bit of a misdemeanor, because really a lot of these numbers are big because of some odd winners, and who knows if those winners are going to come about. Now it may be that it's okay. So if we look at the results from Portman, if we go to the results, and we can see that generally we've kind of got this downward period, suddenly up period, cross, and then up, and then a kind of up again, and then kind of down. And if we look at the month by month, going back to 2013, you can see I don't have many runners a month, and often they're losing months, but the odd month comes along where they make a bit of profit. And you get these odd months where they make a lot of profit, and so you have to weigh up whether you're prepared to go through lots and lots of losers waiting for that one or few winners that are going to give you a lot of profit, or whether you are going to say no, I can't put up with that, I'm not going to go for all those losers. But often you might find, like this one here, 367 points, 2.78 strike rate. You can see that basically it's down. It's had possibly one good month and maybe one good winner, and I think that's basically what it was one winner at 484 points. These are Betfair BSP minus 5% commission, so you can see that was just this odd one, and in fact this runner is probably overall better to lay than back if you can get the right prices, of course, but only one winning month, and that one there out of all those months. So you kind of feel, and that's the kind of thing you want to look out for. So I prefer to go for a strike rate of around 15%. These are backing, so you might get better, but it depends. So if we looked at this one for example, and you can see again down up, and then some good wins and a couple of good months, and that's brought it up. But again, you might have to go through some of those losing months to get those winners, and it tends to be a little bit like that with trainers. That's why sometimes it's better to multi-select them, and I'll come to that in a second. So if we went from strike rate, you can see if we sorted by strike rate, then we get all these results of one win, 100% strike rate, and they've had a good profit. So we probably want to bring in a certain amount of results before we do that. So if we go 50, we can see that we still got a lot of runners. So let's put the strike rate up to 20%. Okay, and then we've only got these runners. So if we combine those, and let's see what happens, and we can combine them to get the results all together. I need to make a quick combine. And now if we combine those results, this may take a bit longer so we've got 8,420 results now. We've got some runners today. If we go to results, and we can see that combining them generally does well. There's been a bit of a downturn over the last few months, but it seems to be kicking back in. So again, I mean, we just selected a load of trainers. But the next thing we can do is look at the system builder. So this is based on all the wins, and so we can go down and maybe we can find there's a lot of wins here, obviously, so this page goes down. Probably not a good way of showing it, but it does give the extent of what you can do with this system. So we could go down and maybe just look at Kempton, check the stats at Kempton, and see whether they're better, or maybe Chelmsford. Let's check Chelmsford and see if that's better. Obviously this is AW, and you can see Chelmsford we might want to stay away from, because they don't seem to do that well there. Or we could do, well, maybe let's look at novice or something like that, or maidens even. I don't know if there'll be many maidens in here, will there? Let's have a look. So maidens haven't been too bad, that kind of thing. So we've got a lot of choices to look at once we get here, and I've picked a lot of trainers together, so probably not the best thing to do. We can also look at their horses, and the horses is done a little bit differently, whereby I don't do the 6, 3 and 1 month. So you get a lot of runs with the horses sometimes, or many horses don't have a lot of runs, so we could look at one particular horse and say, well, how well has that horse done? It's had 5 runs and had 1 winner. Maybe not that bad, I don't know. But you can delve into horses if you want to. And as with every piece of software I do, you can get a link which will give you the daily selections as well. As a member, you can then put that into a Greyhorse bot or something like that, and it will automatically monitor that trainer or that bunch of trainers to get the results, to get the selections every day. So you can set that up and test that idea if you want to. So lots of things you can do with Trainer Profit Finder, and again, you may want to restrict things again. So we've only got ones with a certain amount of PL. So if we go to flat, we could do the same kind of thing. Chase is the same. So again, with Chase, we could do, let's select all of them. And we've got 2 runners today. If we look at the results, that's not a bad one at all, actually. The odd losing month, this month's not been too good, but there's been some good months over the year. And so, as with all systems, you get your up and down, but this one, combining them together, is showing that actually it's not too bad. So, if you want to combine those trainers together, that's the kind of thing you get. So hopefully that's been interesting to you and you like what you're seeing. As I said, it's a bonus with Greyhorse Spot at the moment. I probably will make it as a standalone product sooner or later, but not very expensive. And great if you like it. But yeah, this is recorded on YouTube, so if you like it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon afterwards, and then you'll be notified of any new videos as they come along. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you